into, but fair to say, there's a lot of tape, at least historical tape, to go back and look at.
Coming in because it's easy. I think sometimes, you know, you sat at home, you're watching, you think, oh,
We don't need to go too crazy here on the defense.
he's looking for him through the pots and pans. There's, we've seen this one before, and a little bit more success previously. Reaps manages to pick up Wizard, brings it back to a 4v4. 35 seconds left to go, and Weibo, they need to start getting a little bit more aggressive now. Take a bit of ground, find a kill. That might just open things up. It's Reaps, second in the round. Fantasy down 3v3 as Pino fights back.
The 2 versus 3, then Reaps has really got to go nuclear here, but Pino's going to shut him out. The old boy stands up big. Con's finding one more. Speakeasy all alone. It's a 1v3 with nowhere near enough time to get this diffuser down while finding the kills required at the same time. You can make a plant happen, so it's not like you need a lot of time here as the attackers. So I'm more looking to see how effectively can they get control of things like Garage, and can they keep all players alive? So far, yes, as they got rid of 1, 2, and 3. They've hit the gas here, Tim. They've gone in hard and fast. Pino at least fighting back, but it's a 3 versus 2. Surely this is Weibo's to win.
Reaps just got in, got the job done, and almost got back out. Does lose his life on the way out of the window, but as you said, the damage is pretty much done. They've lost the smoke of hits. They've lost Wizard on the clash. They lose Pino to Speakeasy, and all of a sudden 1v3, and Cons has got a real job to do here. But not only that, there's 1 minute 30 left on the clock. He's fighting the time as well, but he takes the fight to them with a kill on the breach. Surely not, as Hoven manages to pop around the inside of Cash and CCTV.
And they just burnt so much utility here in terms of frags and flashes and all the rest of it to try and force him away. Have got rid of the mirror window, but now need to clear out the player. In they try and get rid of 2. Make it 3, make it 4 yet again. Weibo have hit the floor and just gone for this one. Plants going down, Speakeasy. No contest here coming out from Hates and NIP. They take a blink and just go, what just happened, guys? We've been flawless rounded in about 10 seconds.
And it feels like Hoven has just, on his own, beautifully sick. And I don't just mean in terms of results. I know they didn't get through the Swiss stage. It was a close run thing. It was more about their performances. I spoke to Meepy a couple of times. Wizard just going to open things up with one onto Reaps. That's exactly barbed wire everywhere. There's utility all over the place that they haven't been able to shift. And they're going to have a little bit of a problem. It's going to be going straight in, looking for kills. Ape manages to find Pino. Borbert. Absolute beauty! Absolute. Forget everything I've said, Des. Forget everything I've said. Forget everything I've said. And then we're going to go back to that same place later on after our next ban, once we've taken away your win factor. But Reaps manages to pick up Pino. Hoven onto Hates.
The game's done. It's 5v3 already. Reaps is absolutely going off. Fantasy still going to struggle, I think, to find a kill here. Should get shot in the back, but no, has managed to pass by his opponent. It's Arpe on towards the side, and it's a bit of a freebie being picked up there. A couple of shots coming back, but it's already a 1v5, and this is a horrible spot for Wizard. He's so done, he's so cooked, might get rid of 1, but Turd's there to pick up the net. Player on red, there's of course 1 inside of Cash that they know about. They've got to find a way to get through them. The Incandela comes out, C4 comes up, doesn't quite find his man. They've got rid of 1, but now the pressure begins. They've got a second tip. We're about to look for the third, but the composure from Speakeasy has been brilliant. When he saw that he was under threat, immediately redeployed that shield, and it's just set his team up for success with him. 4v2.
Absolutely fantastic Monty play, but here goes Hates. Manages to pick up 1, taking Reaps off the window. That could be a really big kill. Turd is actually moving to replace him in that position because it's so key for what Weibo want to do. But look at the hit points. They're all down. Even Hoven has taken some chip damage. This is possible for Cons and Hates to hold on, but no. Turd retook the window and finds the kills. It's allowed Hoven in as well. 1, and they've earned it.
Again, it's the ability to slow things down after they've got. It was Hoven. He drops inside Logi, held the angle on main stairs for Cons, and Cons got a bit jittery.
Taking out some of that utility. Again, good progress from NIP. This is what I said. Let's focus on how they deal with removing that utility and clearing a path for themselves. And so far, they're doing pretty well. They've got Jacuzzi wall open. They've got the bathroom wall open. They've got Flores drone draining in, but Hoven is going to pick up Wizard. That's the entry once again going to Weibo. Man
advantage hitting sites itself, so Arpe and Speakeasy have got to go big. Turd can rejoin them here, but it is a 4v3. Fantasy is in. There he goes. His second kill of the game on the board onto Arpe. The kill back the other way, though. Speakeasy, Fantasy on towards a double. This is what we wanted to see from him, Tim.
Yeah, this is exactly what they need, and maybe he just had to get on to that attack inside. He was looking to put the diffuser down for a second. I think maybe just playing with the audio, trying to just bait them out into a fight.
He's got to do it all.
All or nothing, 1v2. 2. It's going to lock him out the ace if he does this hop and turn. They just need to play this sensibly, though. 20 seconds left. They don't have to engage here. Try and force him into a position where he needs to put the diffuser down. He's playing with the audio at the minute, but they're not biting Des. They're not taking the bait. He knows where one is. He comes around looking for the challenge. Cannot find it. Hoven. He switches to the shot.
For a second, looking in towards construction window, of course, gives you the option to cut off that rotate back towards site for your team, but Hoven will not be stopped. I say that's it, he stopped 2 seconds later. 12 and 2, turned into another. Fantasy's off the board. He was the X factor for them in the previous round, but now they've got 3 versus 4. It's looking rough.
I just wonder about NIP here. They're playing into Weibo's setup. Now they seem to have recognised that. They've switched and said, hang on a minute, we can just hit site here and they'll have to play back into us. But the question is, have they already lost too many bodies? Has the damage been done? They're dealing with the evil eyes. They're taking them out to give themselves an opportunity to plant, but they need to get a couple of kills beforehand. Ape fights his way back in, reaps onto Wizard. It's done, Des. Forget about it. Ape, he's going to just disable this diffuser, and that is Weibo 7-1. Rapid fashion, they take map 1.
Cons really had to win that gunfight on towards the side door, but no.
A real creative thing. I think it's, like you say, I think, you know, it's absolutely.
It was Cons a couple of times back on the previous maps. That's been ripped away. The Azami is similar. Of course, there is no Skopos here, but I do think it says that we're going to see teams finding some really interesting uses for the new revised Thatcher throughout this tournament. Now they've had a little bit of time to cook with him. A great C4, though, and it's Fantasy who's down but not out.
How do you deal with aggression? You match it with aggression. Fantasy, actually, I don't think he'll know how close he was to dying there. Another Nitro comes out, but look at this. There's just aggression everywhere. Hoven trying to get outside of the map to find the finish there. Does get picked up by Hits. 4v4.
Ball's being tagged out by 2 separate players. It's down to a slither of HP. Up comes the Amara looking to capitalise, but no! Ape's there first. Finds his man into a second. Hello! We know that he's there. We know that he's not dead, but he can do nothing about it. Ape is going absolutely nuclear. 3 in the round for himself. Pino left alive with 1 HP to his name. This round has been an absolute car crash for NIP. And Weibo, well, Ape especially.
You know, absolutely wax lyrical about them in the first map. We will continue to do so in this one because they are really on top of things. That's the trade. That's the game you want to be playing if you're NIP, but it's Weibo who's able to deliver. Reaps manages to trade out Fantasy.
Tries his very best to go back with the repeat on towards Pino. How on earth he got away in the first place, I don't know. But did manage to escape. NIP are going to collect.
With where they're tucked in is how does Speakeasy now try to impact on this plant? He can't do because of the cover from the hatch. Ape tried to move through, but again, couldn't do anything because of the cover from the plant. This is really well worked from NIP. Much better and much more of what we need to see from the Brazilian side. Hits manages to pick up a kill. 30 seconds left to go. They're trying to challenge above here away, but they know that they have to, but there's very little they can do because Wizard is there. He's got the angles covered. They tried from one side. It didn't work. They tried from the other, and neither did that really well. They are not for moving, Des.
No, but also keeping an eye on Ape because he's currently downstairs in the solars and of course sees when someone gets on drones, for example. And Speakeasy's managed to get rid of Fantasy again. The player that's got the entry for them has now been traded out himself as he's down but not out, but surely should get finished off into a 3v3. But Ape, he carries on this map, Tim. Up to a couple of kills in the round himself, but now it's a 2v2 and you're against the shield.
He takes the choice to drop downstairs. This is an opportunity for NIP.
Tried to get the drop through here as well, smartly using the shield to make sure they can get the drop, but Ape's gone off again into a 3rd in the round, Tim. Finally gets shut down, but there's Hoven with the round from behind.
Smart play from Hoven. He stood stock still, because if you move too much...
Now 1 player inside of Office itself, but I'm always worrying here, Tim. They go towards like, the path of Old Empire, where they then start paralysing themselves through analysis. They over-drone, they look too many times over and pay the price. But here we are, they're in for 2, they're good for 3, Tim. Reap's getting at least 1 back, but the numbers with NIP, slow it down, pause, back on the drones here. This is all yours for the taking.
Yeah, that's it. You can use the clock now. 1 minute 10 left to go. You've still got all your utility you need. All they've lost is Fantasy along the way. Con steps up, leads from the front, manages
to get the second, and from there, they're pushed things forwards nicely. Hoven will do what he can, but at this point, it's just going to be a little bit of stat padding if he does get any kills off the back of this. NIP are simply not losing this round, which means we're back up to 2 and 2, Tim. They're showing a little bit of fight, which is exactly what we wanted to see.
Not only with
really set that round up to be closed out in their favour. Will the same happen again? Well, it's certainly going to kick off that way. To Speakeasy already being finished off here. A free first kill being found out by Fantasy. Great start to the round.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. What NIP want to...
The armory doorway, and that's where he's managed to secure it. Still a lot of players scattered throughout the map is the key thing. Like, look at the Weibo players at the bottom right corner of your screen. You can see where they are. And Tim had a mouthful of drinks, so could only go, Only a decision makes it even more terrifying throughout the game. But at this point, it feels like they're kind of slipping for players, Tim. They don't 100% know where they are. And yet again, Hoban, that's his third kill that he's winning in a 1v1, where there is just no team play coming out from NIP to see him hunted down. You saw there, we're going to see the track starting to come out, but eventually cancelled off. He's going to sit there very nice and happy for now. A nade over the top to try and force him out. He hops on over, doesn't quite find his man. There's 2 kills they need. Reaps has got to hold on against both.
What a turnaround, 15 seconds. Hoban was on for the ace for a second there, but no longer. 2v1 Wizard is just looking to see if he can find the last man. It's going to be Pino.
Taking it nice and slow. Admittedly, Weibo are a little bit more, I won't say fully condensed in, because you've got Turd inside of Office and you've got the Iruni, of course, playing out towards Office side. So they are looking to control as much as they can, and Wizard to get 1 reach on the other side, gets 1 for himself, makes it 2, and Ape carries on. There we go, that's the sweep they needed. They were taking none of that nonsense coming in from the other side. Ape yet again gets 3.
Finding that out the hard way. So 3-3 at the split. You maybe got to fancy him to take this 2-0.
It's feeling that way, Tim. Yeah, going into the attacking side. 4 times back on Clubhouse, and immediately here on the attacking side of Border, it's being brought along. And so I'm curious if NIP are fearing using it here and playing it. Right now you've got to fear Ape, who's up now, I believe, to 19 kills throughout this series. One hell of a show coming out from him. And that's the start that you want. Hates offline, a 5v4, and they've still got a shield on side. Feels painful to be NIP.
I think we're going to see the lack of trades for NIP become a bigger problem now they're on the defensive side. I get a feeling that Weibo are going to have more opportunity and more ability to allow Weibo to isolate you. Make sure that you're playing close to your teammates. Make sure that you can impact on each other. Speakeasy manages to pick up 1 onto Fantasy.
A lot of utility still to work with on the attacking side, but it's more the positional problem they've got. Pino hits another one. It's his 2nd kill of the round, by the way, with the Reaper.
Has the shotgun. He has a nitro. I don't see any way that Weibo win this.
Unless getting up on the desk, but if the hatch is open, then it still makes it tough. Like, I don't know. Not a lot of time to work with either. They know where the second one is. They've got the call, they've got the comb, and now he's about to get swung by 2. Surely he should go down, since this now leaves a lot towards Pino. You were in a 3 versus 2, and suddenly we're down to the 1v2. Pino has pushed upstairs at the ready, sees his man, can't quite get him. Takes a couple of shots, they know where he's coming from. Final 5 seconds here. He's got to hold on. Gets rid of 1, on for the 3, but can he find the 4? Yes, he can! His last E1D coming out here as well is desperately trying to find someone and gets the head of Haste. There's no swing to come back the other way. At least Pre-Fire is anticipating it.
A little bit of trouble inside of this round, but we have seen them been able to win from these man disadvantage positions. Challenge continues to come in. Really great use of utility. Again, it's something I keep picking up on for Weibo, but the nade goes in, forces the movement. The kill comes being picked up by Turd. Speakeasy manages to find Fantasy. Cons, he gets a 1v5 down to a 1v4, but this round is pretty much done. It's time to get that diffuser down if you're Weibo.
Yeah, looking at Hoven here, he's coming around the outside of the map to get himself in through the window by the vending machine and to get that diffuser down. Cons should not be able to get in a spot where he can stop this one. But has started working his way on the upstairs here, anticipating there'll be some vertical cover, which is very, very common for this plant itself. But keeps on giving himself away and Reaps. He ain't going to miss the audio cue of that last gunshot.
Speakeasy, he's managed to find some space inside of a smoke. All that noise around Wizard has done its job. It's created the gap that Weibo needed, and Speakeasy gets the plant down in a 5v5. I
absolutely love that, Tim. Using a distraction elsewhere to go for the execute. Yes, NIP became aware of it, but they had less players available to defend than they would have liked. In we go, though, trying to get this one down towards the Goya, but no, Cons has fallen. Can't get the disable. It's a 4 versus 2. Once again, Weibo have ran through NIP like a freight train.
It's downstairs. The call is coming from inside the house. The diffuser is going down.
Start for NIP, Tim. Enough to hold on, we'll find out, because there's a bit of a util dump coming in from Rich, and they're going in for a plant once again. Very nice and shallow, but they've got to go deep, Tim, because of the smokes, and sure enough, he'll try his best, but Speakeasy cut down. NIP handily dealing with this execute coming out from Weibo. A 5v1, and it looks like they'll be able to equalise things up to a 5 apiece.
Yeah, brilliant from NIP there, and I love this. So NIP really struggled on Clubhouse, but here we've got a real battle going on. It's on Border than he did Clubhouse, but his team really need him now.
They do. Pino, hoping to get a bit more done. Arpe's the one trying to step in. It's Wizard shutting him down.
To make sure that they're keeping it tight, that they're not sort of crumbling under the pressure, and that they don't let NIP start to run rampant.
tried to move their way through with the Selmas, and it's just not working for them. So the swing comes on through, catches him on the reload. A bit too easy here for NIP, who look far more settled in these last 2 rounds. That's 2 in a row, Tim, in a flawless round. They'll find here, sorry.
Difficult to play that East Stairs position.
Oh, here we go. The flank from behind as well. Wizard coming in, but Speakeasy's gone. A bit too far forward. Reach to step in and get at least one back. Pressure coming in still from the East Stairs side. Turd collects Fantasy, who's also playing that side of the map. It is the war of the East Stairs in this round so far, Tim.
Angles, but not going to be able to get anything done. We're going to see Cons have to drop away here. There's got to be an opportunity to think about getting that diffuser down. It's actually down cold. Reaps and goes and recovers it.
Last time we were here, we had Pino go nuclear, and once again he's down into a 1vx. It's still a 1v2 this time, and they know exactly where he is. Life's gonna look a bit scary here. Hoven's there, top of the stairs.
Momentum, and NIP have kind of predicted that and stood up well to it. This time, Weibo are playing for much more of a control game. They go in, they get one, they get 2. Great play from Speakeasy. Cons manages to get happy, but the damage is done.
But can they hold on, Tim? Can they hold on? There's no C4 left. Pino's got the right idea for a 1v1, but the thing is the pressure starts to mount more and more. Cons at least gets 1 back on towards Turd. Speakeasy, a 3k in the round on that blitz, and there's just 1 left, and you saw from that yellow ping, Tim, they know exactly where he is. This one looks pretty cooked.
Slants is going down. Speakeasy's in the position I said at the beginning of the round, Des, that they needed a hero moment from somebody.
Oh, Turd has sat on this window so many times throughout this game and not really taken action. Now that he knows he's gone for the swing and he's down to 1 HP, but Hates has got him first. Unfortunate, almost managed to get his man, but for NIP, this is a good time to beat him. Saying that, look how low their health bars are.
Absolutely looking like it could be a Weibo round as 1 drops. Cons is taken out. Speakeasy manages to find hits. There is very little HP left, and surely this is going in only one direction, and that direction is going to be an NIP loss on the first day, but Fantasy starts to fight back. He starts to dream. It's 2 versus 3, but they've got about 10 HP between them, Dead.
He's cut off a couple of angles to make this one stick, but it's not a fully open breach either. They've got to go through the door, which makes this even riskier. Smoke going in deep. Still the 3 players on side. The C4 in the back pocket of Speakeasy. They found 1. They found 2. Weibo get the 2-0 over NIP.
What a performance from the APAC team, really kicking things off in the way they would have wanted.